Okay, headline from Ladders. I've contributed to this website, great website. Headline is, this is what work will look like in 2030. And they say it isn't pretty. I don't know. I don't know if we can jump that far ahead, but there's some really interesting stuff in the article. New data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and these are projections. So one of the things I want to caution you folks, even when I bring you a headline, just because it's a headline does not mean it is the gospel truth etched in stone. These are projections, so take it with a shaker of salt, not even a grain of salt, but really interesting stuff. Okay, so here's the context for this outlook. In 2030, the youngest baby boomer will be 65. So that's our good friend Joe. He hates this, but Joe, you were a boomer, and by 2030, all boomers, including Joe, unless he finds the fountain of youth, will be 65. I don't know if that's true in your state, but that's what the data says. Joe, are we going to contradict that?
Yes.
You are contradicting that? How old will you be in 2030?
Let's see. I'm 58 now. So
you'll be older.
Okay, I'll be older.
So the data holds. I knew I was trapping you.
I knew the math didn't work.
Well, what I said was the youngest. And you, sir, think you're the youngest of the boomers, and now the math has proven, Joe, that you are sadly incorrect. The youngest boomers will be 65. Poor Joe's going to be older than 65, but we'll move on. He's already curled up in a fetal position in the booth. And so what does that mean? What that means is not every boomer will retire at 65, but if the youngest is 65, there will be a massive wave of retirement. So what does that mean? That means you're going to have a huge exodus from the workforce. They are saying that it will be 60%. It will drop by 60%. The workforce will drop. That's massive. Okay? We've already got a massive work shortage due to COVID. In 2030, due to the massive retirement, we're going to see a whole lot more people leave the workforce. That's going to strain the workforce. Okay? Now, what are the fastest growing jobs? Healthcare, healthcare, healthcare. Home health, personal care aides. Again, this is tied directly to the fact that we got a bunch of aging adults. And this is going to be the most in-demand work. Technology and clean energy also projected to be big risers. Solar energy. Information security. Hello, cybersecurity, technology. All of those in the top 10 jobs, lucrative careers by 2030. This is interesting. They're projecting less CEOs because they expect to see a more segmented corporate structure. So less CEOs. Very interesting. So, do I think this is not pretty? They're saying, well, you're going to see more and more jobs eliminated by technology. Yes, but here's why I say the sky is not falling. Technology will create more jobs. And what the increase in artificial intelligence will usher in the next, let's call it 8 years, 7 to 8 years, is a desire for more human contact. The more technology comes in, the more screens, the more artificial intelligence, the more we humans will crave the human contact. And that's never going to go away. So I don't buy into the fear that robots are replacing us all. Nothing to be afraid of. You keep being you. You keep doing the work you love. You adapt as you need to adapt. You learn as you need to learn, and everything is going to be fine.